Eye with my shamanic eye. My name is Gabrielle, and today I want to talk with you all about the numbers and the energy of 2025. Now, very early, right, in the year, or just what, day 3? Right, into the new year, right, which 2025 breaks down to a 9. Now, the energy of the wounded warrior came through immediately, given the current events that have transpired on New Year's Day. I don't want to set off the algorithm police, and so I'm not actually going to name what happened. As you know, New Orleans and Las Vegas were the key places in the United States. Okay, so that being said, there's a lot of similarities between the events and the individuals who partook from the early bits of information that have come out. And my initial thoughts were the 9 of Wands, the Chiron energy, the wounded warrior. And it's that energy of what we put out is what we get back. And so in 2024, the energy of 8, law, order, justice, karma, all of these things, the truth, the truth, the truth. And so now we have all of a sudden soldiers committing very heinous crimes against the lands in which they were sworn to protect, that they pledged oaths to. And then for whatever reason, here we are with the current events. That is the energy of this year. That is the 9 of Wands. You know, it's like it's not getting better. I'm actually going to pull out a particular book in a moment. Hold on. Okay. I hope that is the end of that sort of irritability, but I have a sinking suspicion that it's not, that it is just quite literally the beginning of such antics, which, whatever, we'll see, is the best way of engaging that. Not to mention, we haven't even begun the year of the snake. Just saying. The old skin is beginning to lift as we inch closer and closer to the Lunar New Year. You know? And so it is, I don't know how to describe. Because on the one hand, again, lots of optimism, lots of euphoria, lots of pure joy. And then there is the trepidation. I could not, and it's funny, I am, what is going on? Oh. I get it. Sorry. Oh, nothing's by accident, I promise. So I have a giant jug of water, and I began to sit on it in my chair, and I kept hearing the compression, right? But that's, oh, not to mention, we just moved Moon in Pisces, Venus in Pisces, and so the emotions are emotions, okay? They are doing the thing. They are in this tidal wave. But don't mind me, or mind me. I don't really care. Do what you do, you know. Like I'm here. Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. Whew. All right. That is very interesting. We'll get back to that. All right. Don't mind me. In the major arcana, you do know what 9 is. It is the Virgo, the hermit energy. Okay? And so even though it is a temporary energy, it is the energy of the year. And so there will be a major shedding of the light. Major shedding. A lot more truth speakers, a lot more people coming out of the proverbial woodwork with their truth. The tongue of flame. It represents fiery energy, the life force in the hand, opened rather than closed, of man and woman in equal energies. In the body, we are little serpents containing a portion of one source fiery energy. As such, we are in the hands of God, operating in the physical world. So you will see more and more and more manifestations of the divine, of source creator energy, creatrix energy, pouring through in a very real, practical way. Virgo, baby, is doer. So look where your placements are, but is remember a while back, if y'all who's been with me, the energy, if 6 were 9, 9 were 6. Okay. Like it's a Jimi Hendrix song, but it's profound. Just man. All right. Hold on to your britches. The hermit is a symbol of ageless wisdom, standing on the mountain of attainment. He has achieved, right? The snow represents the isolation he endures because his wisdom sets him apart from others. However, as he turns to shine his light on those who follow him, he imitates that our knowledge is empty and meaningless until we turn and give it to others. So a lot of sharing is caring energy. Oh, wow. The hermit has elevated, selecting the necessary and discarding the unnecessary elements along the path. He has learned to use the magician's wand, right? We were just talking about the 9 of Wands, the fiery, passionate force, okay? So a lot of divine intervention. It's going to be wildly exciting, okay? Which he now leans on, for he knows that he can depend upon it for support. He has achieved mastery. So the co-creation, you get to know the divine, working together, that we are here. We are utilizing that private journey and expounding upon it. We are sharing, we are doing, we are activating, we are go. All right. So that should really be the energy. And again, we are very much the word speak, right? Because it is like, as we say, so it is. So use your words carefully, because there is an active energy that will make it manifest. Okay. And so if you never thought yourself an alchemist, you will this year. Wield your power cautiously or find it stripped. Okay. Okay, hold on. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. All right, let's start. Whew. Oh, this is all right. So there are many ways in which one. Oh, this is about to get a little deep even for me. All right, so 9, right? When it comes down to the wands, could also be interpreted as 27, which again will break down to a 9. Now think about it. Choices. Think about the 2s in tarot, right? Think about the 7s, specifically the 7 of wands, specifically when 2 and 7 form 9, specifically talking about soldiers. Now, if you made the decision of your own free will to stand a post, to protect, to preserve, to preserve the laws, the values, et cetera, and then all of a sudden you feel like you have been dropped. And this is not how I feel. I'm just giving you what I'm interpreting, okay? So please don't misconstrue anything. Right. The culmination of the sacrifice, the culmination of the stress, the worry, the anxiety of being let down and let go by one's own land, one's own government, of not having the support that you did so much to not only embody but to preserve, only to be found it was a fallacy. This is why you see soldiers and armed service members doing things that you would not necessarily see them do. Okay? The energy is ripe for retribution, but I tell you, do not seek it on your own. But for those who are open vessels, for those who have open doors, you might find it very easy to go off the deep end. And so check in with your star player, check in with source, know why you have journeyed the way you have journeyed. Not making excuses for these people, but it's ripe. The energy is truly ripe. So as much as I'm like, wow, there's a lot of there's this coincidence, but that's what it is. You're going to see a lot of similarities. You're going to see the pattern. Change is not always comfortable, but somebody must take the lead. And so even the vigilante style, retaliation, because that's what it was, for whatever wrongs they themselves have felt. It's not a group thing, it's individuals, because as service people in America, you volunteer. And really, they are people, the general population it's being, things are being taken out on the general population that has nothing to do with them directly. And really, it is a conflict of the choices one has made. And so they're pissed about their own free will choices, and everybody has to pay. That's that fiery energy. Cooler heads must prevail. I don't know if you know it, but a lot of people in the military, oh God, this guy, he said it best. He's got a t-shirt. I forget his name. He's a content creator. Anyway, I think he's now a diplomat, actually, but he wears a t-shirt that I think he came up with himself, and it goes, military grade mental health. Not a joke. Not a joke. People go in as perfect can be outside of those who get waivers. I don't know if you know that. And so when you see somebody come out of the military and they are broken, understand that the government, their units, their service did that. They were mentally strong and physically fit when they went in. They are our responsibility, people. Because trust and believe, they all do a job none of you want. Because if you wanted it, you would be active. Okay? Just spade a spade. So even heroes need support. Tap into the Six of Wands. Remember, if six were nine, when people need your support and assistance, this is the year to give it to them. Even if it is just you writing a letter to your congressperson, your representative, whatever it is, do what's required for those who have sacrificed the most. Quietly, conservatively, they did it. And never ask for a thank you. But if you like the comfortable lives you have, you might want to start acknowledging their sacrifice. And so they don't make you a part of their martyrdom. Okay? Okay. All right. Sorry, not sorry. Now that's interesting. Bet you wouldn't have thought the Four of Cups was a part of that, would you? Make sure. I stand corrected. It's not the Four of Cups, it's the Five of Cups. And we have all this Piscean energy. Wow. 45, which breaks down to a 9. Okay, now think about this. Our 45th president is now our 47th president. Okay? Nothing happens by chance. Oh, I just got to see because I'm curious like that. Wow. Huh. 40. Look, I just wanted to know because he's our 47th as well, which breaks down to an 11. And now, if you know anything about the number 11, master number cannot be reduced any further. Master healer energy. Just pay attention. There's an intrinsic tie between and not to mention we have 9, 11 when you bring those two vibrations together of what one person encompasses. Okay? And now, if you go back to an interview, I know I sound like I'm jumping around, but it is all relative. If you go back to an interview he did back in the early 90s when he said he knew he was going to be called forward. He knew it. Sometimes you just know when the country really needs me, I'm there for it. Okay? Okay. That's just what I'm. Anyway. Woo. La, 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 la. Right. Righting wrongs. It is going to be, it feels like obliteration of outdated ideals, ideologies, laws, regulations. It is the gutting of the fish to keep it from rotting. Do you understand? Yeah. It's very important to keep the imagination under control because as you think it, it will happen. It is almost important to be delusionally happy, to manifest only the best and the brightest, and like be as futuristic and far out and big planning as your mind can fathom. Stay out of the shadows, stay out of the darkness, okay? Because we are literally manifesting the jump. This feels like one of those moments when they go back and look at the DNA markers of mankind. There will be a physical genetic alteration that will say, wow, in this generation, we saw da 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 for the advancement, for the betterment, the eradication of disease and the body's capacity to heal, da da da, whatever it is. But that's where we are with it. We saw 27. So 72 is a natural, right? But that's in the pentacle energy. They're giving me this very almost infinity symbol with again pulling what we need, allowing what we no longer can utilize for the greatest good of the all to fall low. It's like a sift. Right. This is like the grand audit. This is wild. Hey y'all. So these energies, the mantra that I am getting in real time is a means to an end. A means to an end. It doesn't feel negative unless you put that spin. That's not what, you know? A means to an end. Truly, truly, truly. And so choices matter. Just think about it. 2025, right? You know what twos are all about? Choices and decisions. Circle, right? The zero, but it's about the repetitive cycles. Again, choosing, number two, 5, to change, to get off of the wheel of doing the exact same thing day in and day out and expecting a different result. This is the means to an end. Where if we tried it and it did not work, there will be an edit. There is more probability this year than ever before of the convening of a constitutional convention. I don't, I'm not going to elaborate any further on that, but just know what we saw in the last election is like an imminent sort of memo to let you know that massive shifts are underway. And don't allow the fear mongering to take root, because that's all it is for those who are being edited and audited out. They don't want their guard to change, but it is time. So think about yourselves, think about your children, your grandchildren, your nuclear families, your extended families, your communities. Think beyond the political fucking rhetoric. Do you understand? No different than pharisaical bullshit. You are wrong. And it is time for the wrong to be righted. That's all. That's what this year is. And it's not always going to be pretty. See, I do good. That's the doer energy. See? 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 I invoke laughter in real time. I praise the goddess and the god. Yes, I am peaceful. And I spread joy. This is the leap. And look, I achieve with integrity. This is the collective. This is what we all have to come together in a emotional, mental space to do what we need to do. This is truly what it's about. It should be a very joyous, happy year of positive change. But there are some deep, deep, deep feelings about those who will go through so many lengths to control, to dominate, to impose their will. So they gotta go. Yes, for the new age. We are working as a collective force, diligently, quietly, to bring about this shift, this healing, this peace, this positive, momentum of working together, of supporting one another, of unifying the spirit, removing all the levels of divisiveness and confusion. Truly healing. Um, um, I don't think I need to. I'm gonna say it because I'm seeing it. Do well to protect what it is you have earned. And I also feel like that's a part of what this vibe is. People have been working very hard to achieve, to cultivate, to grow, to plant seeds for their own gardens. And there is nothing and no one that will come along and snatch it from them. See that very strongly too. People are tired of the assault on our youth. This is, mm, yeah, man. It is the energy of taking a stand. It has been a long time coming. Because there's the collaboration. This is global. If you have a Capricorn child, I don't know what this is about, but your child is stealing. I don't know who you are, but I just saw that. You need to watch your money. Like both y'all, mother and child, could both be Capricorn. Somebody's stealing. Yeah, they are. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. So if you got that is completely separate from the message. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now, whoever you are, Capricorn with a Capricorn child, the child's father is a narcissist. You have labeled this person a narcissist, and so just know your child, your Capricorn child, has a lot of her father in her. Do you understand? And so if she's not in therapy, you might want to get her there because she definitely got sticky fingers. Yeah, yeah. You have your suspicions. It's not going to get better. Your child's heading into legal trouble if you allow this to go on. Like all right, back to the overall message. That Five of Pentacles energy doesn't work. No one likes it. To feel victimized, to feel like there's not enough to go around, especially when you know you are doing all that you can do, that you are actually doing good. See? Look. Justice. People want justice. And coming out of 2024, a year of karmic retribution and the movement that has been building momentum of eat the rich, it is got to be careful. Judgment. Do you understand? This is what it looks like. All of those people through the course of all last year who were asking for their retribution, asking for their vindication, just demanding it. And here we are. They are tired of people stealing. Seven of Swords, Ten of Cups to the Ten of Swords. Look at that shit. So they can maintain their power, their positions of authority, their luxurious lifestyles. Meanwhile, you out here struggling, barely making ends meet, and they're living it up, partying their asses off. And you supposed to show up every day, happy-go-lucky, just grateful to have a job. When your bonuses stop coming and they start giving out those corporate incentives, and then they're now confused, right? They're like, what? Why? What's wrong? Why now? What were you expecting? That those actions wouldn't have to be justified, answered for it eventually? That now that their own children may not even come into fruition, that it's a hope, a prayer, a wish, and a dream because of the poverty level, because they're in the Five of Pentacles. All the tens are out. All of them, even the will. Yeah, man. Just shit. See, we tried this as a collective body, is what this energy is saying. We tried to be reciprocal. We tried to be respectful. We chose the higher path. Two of Cups to the Nine of Pentacles. And when we asked for help and we went, you know what we were met with? The most vile of people. That they were not only rubbing in the conditions they have created into the collective faces, but you discover that they're just evil. They're vile. They're low down and toxic, full of worldly desires that they force you to go and fight for. Again, still focusing on the soldier and the two soldiers who were involved on the first day of this year in incidences. One retired, one active. Okay? And so when the new year rolled around, Ace of Pentacles, they got on the I could show you better than I could tell you. Time for some action. Queen of Wands is Aries. A little bit of Pisces. That karma. They got tired of waiting for it. They felt like it wasn't them. They weren't given what they wanted. And so boom. They took action. Confidently. With no regrets. Queen of Wands, she don't regret shit. She don't. So understand where this energy is coming from this year. See that? No, no regrets. They are confident. They were patient. And if you won't give them what they want, they're more than willing to create the conditions to do it. Okay? We were talking about the Hermit. We were talking about the Magician. You're taking the wand, right? The action. See? Look at that. They have a lot of talents. They have a lot of skills that they learned from good old Uncle Sam. Look at these soldiers. Look, Hierophant, Knight of Wands. You can't even imagine how much they are truly holding back. And this energy, like I said, it's going to be a lot of shit coming out. If we thought like Julian Assange and the WikiLeaks, and think more of it like Anonymous, a lot more whistleblowing, a lot more whistleblowing. Look, Temperance, High Priestess, Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords. They are hell-bent on bringing down this system. This is far-reaching. There's been some sort of collective call. Okay? It's happening. And it's really, I believe the children are the future. Treat them well and let them lead the way. They don't, that's the energy. I don't know. Just telling you. These people, so I want to just kind of, just because someone, it's like changing religions is how they're giving it to me, because they're going to say, oh, these were extremists and da 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 da. No, they're not. Their ideals have shifted. And they're just contrary to what the status quo is. And so the wordplay is going to be interesting. They chose to do this to bring about the change they want to have. That these, crazy as it sounds, These are acts of love to bring about balance. Look, I'm telling you, it's about the Two of Wands. Somebody has to. And that's how these men feel. Their emotions. It has to go somewhere. They are in pain. They are hurt. They are disappointed. They are let down by the very organizations that they swore to be a part of, that they wanted to. They had pride. They were invigorated. It meant something, only to be let down repeatedly. Sun, Chariot. That's very much giving me like liberty, the pursuit thereof, all the ideals, all of the things that our forefathers laid the foundation for the dream, baby. By any means. Look at this. 6 of Wands, 4 of Wands. Yeah, it's deep. It's really deep. They are tired. It is so not what people are going to describe this as. It's just the beginning. They didn't turn on the people. They've turned on the institutions, is what it feels like. And look, there's the Hermit. You gonna see. Just dropped on the floor like that. There's gonna be a lot of whistleblowers. And I mean that shit. It's crazy. And because it's very much Jupiterian energy, it is bigger. Hold on, I did leave out one Major Arcana 9. Hold on. Ooh. Hold on. 18 is the moon, right? And that would break down to the 9. Oh, I gotta go to Old Testament real quick. The moon. Yes. I almost messed up, y'all. The moon breaks down 2 and 9. Secrets reveal people's worst fears. All right, look, it says keywords are organization and sleep. Right. You don't think the governments have been keeping people in a state of slumber so they could, exercise their power and domination on its peoples? Okay. Okay. People are waking up. Remember the whole go woke, go broke bullshit? Okay. This is where it's coming from. They need the people in this state of sleep. Think about the Matrix and everything else, right? Sleep. I like to call it the open air prison effect, but whatever. To each his own. And then look, here's the funny part. I like how this says this. All right, it says the function of the moon is sleep, and during sleep, waste is eliminated and new materials are woven into the body. Consciousness continues while the upper brain cells rest. The higher mind, right? It is during sleep that our aspirations and efforts are being built into the body's cells. It's funny. The moon astrologically ties to Pisces, 12th house energy. It also correlates to the sun in Pisces. All things hidden in the dark coming to light. Okay? There is a time to go with the flow, and there is a time to push like a motherfucker against that current. Because change. Think about salmon and their urge and primordial drive to get back to their tributaries where they were spawned. Think about that. Think about that. Come on now. It's deep. This gonna be we're gonna have a KO time. And I mean that in terms of happy. The original meaning. Okay. Okay. The way Hanna-Barbera meant that shit. Right. That's so cool because they're breaking down the imagery of the moon card itself. The shellfish coming out the water represents the lower form of existence, shaped like a scorpion. It indicates the creative force starting on the path of return. Woo, child. Which leads to the mountain of attainment. The narrow path implies that concentration is necessary. It it goes up, then down, but always rises higher at the next step. It is meant to show the spiritual unfoldment does not come all at once, but rather progresses gradually. That's what happens when you read ahead. Sometimes, in my experience, anyway, it says the dog and the wolf are of the same species, but one is wild and the other is domesticated. And that's the funny thing, right? You would think the soldiers are domesticated. You would think the citizens running wild are the free ones, right? Absolute opposite. It's the open air prison effect. Okay. But they are the same species, by the way. Dog, wolf, same species. Depicting nature aided by human consciousness. The towers are human handiwork. The 32 rays of the moon indicate the 32 paths of the tree of life. And the falling yods represent the descent of the life force from a higher plane into the spiritual world. Okay, like I said, you're gonna see a lot of people. You're gonna see a lot of like it feels like the divine showing up. You're going to see the sacredness in people. You're going to see the divinity coming out of them by their actions. It is wild. Right? 32 Freemasonaries and all. Like, come on, man, stay with me. Because again, all last year, those motherfuckers got exposed over and over and over and over and over again. They keep trying to hoard knowledge that is freely given. Okay? Because it's a system of control. How can you make money from people if you can't convince them that you're sitting on knowledge that they can't get to without your fucking help? That's a lie. And the test results said that is a lie. Like, are you serious? Then how the fuck did I get it? Because I damn sure they ain't join your merry band of. Anyway. See what I mean? Talk to God. God will just point you in the right direction, will give you everything you need. Go directly to the source. And that's what this year is about. Go directly to the top. Who you got a bone with? Go see that person. Who you want answers from? Go see that person. Both in spirit and on earth. So, this is the year to fuck around and find out. All right? Okay. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Mm. It says many symbols here show that we can change the outward structure of things. They are proof that the same changes may be accomplished within the body through organization and cultivation. Okay? Oh, we got to level up. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, don't mind me. The law of correspondence. Look at this shit. Don't worry about the rest of that. But look, 3, 6, 9. That's that 9 of wands. That's that fucking wounded warrior. They don't play with me. That's the Tesla shit. Why do you think Musk is everywhere? Why do you think the energy's so close? We are entering into a jump phase. That's why I've been saying the whole time I've had this channel, A lot of people will not make this jump. Do you understand? They can't. They can't even comprehend it. And I'm not saying I get it all, because I don't. I still find it difficult to articulate the knowing that I have. It's not going to change. It's not going to stop me from trying. Look, as I cut the deck. So those are the main ones we should be focusing on. I rebuke you, El Shaitan. I do. So please keep your thoughts please keep your thoughts pure. Very, very pure. Okay? Because this shit is potent. Because where that bull, he was just right there. Okay? Yeah. Keep your thoughts very pure, please. Only think about what you really want to bring about. Yeah, this guy, he keeps poking. Okay? Let's stay away from the low vibrational devilish energies. Okay? Okay? We don't want to manifest anything but the best going forward. Yes. That's why you got to tap into that childlike innocence, which is beautiful energy, because as much as I like to poke at Aries for being the big baby of the zodiac, the energy of Sag, which is 9, Jupiter, and all of that, it is so much better. It is light-hearted. It is rich. It is magnanimous, infectious even. And so at this time, we are all absolutely optimistic, absolutely giddy, absolutely more people-y than ever before. Like, I don't know about you, but I've been extra social, just busting it up with people, just random. Like, it feels very organic. I feel like at a different phase in life, I would interact with people so nonchalantly and just, lightness, happiness. It's dope, actually. Yeah, because again, what we put out, right, is what we're getting back. Yeah, my energy's protected, boo-boo. You can try if you want to. You're not going to get very far with it. I already, listen, the rules of engagement are set, by the way. They are set. And I know quite a few of you motherfuckers have found out. So, let's play nicely, children. Yo, it's so funny. It immediately reminded me of this little video I saw. You know how they had that, I guess it's a challenge. I don't know if it's a challenge. Anyway, the guy be like, trying to act all sexy or whatever. He'd be like, what would you do if I came in your crib? Da, 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 da. And this Southern lady, just as sweet as can be, she was like, well, honey, down here in the South, we protect ourselves with pew-pews and pit bulls. And so, like, it reminded me of that. Sweet as can be, deadly as hell. Oh, that shit funny. A lot more vigilance in the community. Yo, they so funny. I heard pick up. Oh, there's a Leo spine. Yes, see you too. I don't care. I don't. I know, it's fine. Ooh. I'm sorry. They be showing me stuff sometimes and it just be the funniest shit ever. Oh, whoever the Leo is that's spying, sweetie, I don't know. You got a rough ass year coming. I don't know what that's about, but I see it. 3 of Wands. Excuse me, 3 of Swords, 7 of Wands. Yes, like it's gonna be a very interesting. Yeah, 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 sweetie. It's gonna get interesting because the divine has ordered it. He was trying to do something real strange. Well, it was deflected. It was stopped. You thought you had some sort of opening to do something weird. Tower. Somebody didn't like the fact that they, no, excuse me, the Leo didn't like the fact that somebody was exposing their truth. Mm. I see you. You and you know this person. You do. But you decided to end things to hold back from this person for whatever reason, collective. I get it. I'm really getting a real dickhead type energy, male or female. It don't really matter, but not a kind person. Yeah, they're troubled. I do feel like this person tried to start some sort of lie that would get you banned or blocked or something like that. But it's a lie for sure. It's like if you started something, right, and it took off and this person found out about it, they created some sort of falsehood that would directly impact your business, Hierophant. Yeah, especially if you do something like in the public eye, something that heals the masses. Four Swords, Six of Wands. Yeah, they really wanted it to end. This is a childhood friend. Yeah, it's okay. This person wanted to ruin you, wanted to offset your stability in some capacity. Them and their person, if they're married, got a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, but they work together to do this. Could have even been a lover of yours. You know, I listen. That is the most trifling ish I've ever seen, but that's how you know an enemy. You know, when you children or young people and you do weird stuff, maybe you wasn't raised right. You know, maybe you didn't have the proper guidance or anything like that. But some people just want to share in your energy, and so they do shit without knowing why they doing shit. But later to come to find, they just natural sort of witches and warlocks type shit, whatever. And so you find that these people who you were associated with will go and find others that you have been intimate with and try to pretty much usurp your energy from them. It's a lot of weirdos in the world. Yeah, they wanted to share in your good fortune. Yeah. I mean, this person might be in the alternate communities, but I'm not really getting that. Or if they are, I don't know. I feel like it's more of a demonic possession that kind of pushes that agenda within that particular person. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Keep trying to find out information. I'm going to find out information on you. I do not accept spies. I don't. I genuinely don't. People are trifling. Somebody is like looking for signs of sickness within you, which is weird. Probably because, you know, they sent you sickness. Yeah, see, look, there's the spy. Look. Somebody's just hanging around. Could be a Pisces. Yeah. Yeah, or somebody went and started hanging out with somebody, you know, asking questions, trying to be all innocent. Yeah. I feel like whoever did this, once that person, I don't know if this is someone you're currently with or someone you used to be with, but they started hanging out with this person. Oh, but I also see this, that there was someone else in the environment who again, it just feels like when they were around you, life got better. And then when you cut this person off, you block them. I mean, when I say life got better for that person. They were benefiting from your energy, not the other way around. Because the moment you got away from them, like, and you listen to the divine, look, life just got amazing. But I also see there's an energy trying to figure out if you have come together with your soulmate. I mean that. Truly. Huh. People always think it's a physical thing, but I'm not. There ain't enough pentacles out here. This is a collaboration with the divine. I'm not saying you won't have somebody special and important, a spouse, someone to breed with type shit. That's not what I'm saying. But these are spiritual connections. Very much so. You can't steal a spiritual connection. That's why I keep telling y'all, do your own research. Don't fall for the trap. I almost got caught up in that dumb shit. I did. But we all gotta learn. I ain't embarrassed to admit it. Shit. How you think I got so confident in the fact that nope. It ain't about the physical, it's about the spiritual. First and foremost. Okay? But if you've never met your own internal divine being, male or masculine or feminine, how the fuck could you recognize it in another person? Think about that. That is it will be a complete contradiction of universal law. Like attract like, right? Okay. Anyway, I'm just saying, man. Like some of these lessons has been of great cost to me, and I mean it, of great cost. But the blessings have been better, and they've outweighed the cost. At the same time, that's some real shit. And you ain't got to leave the comfort of your own home to learn universal law. Just saying. Who? Oh, really? Interesting. All right, let me settle myself. Hold on. No, I'm gonna have to make some. All right. So as we see all these things and these events that play out through the course of this year, okay, there's always going to be the macro. And so, you know, but this really should be our micro. Doing good, invoking laughter, because laughter is the great equalizer in terms of weird energy. Okay. Continue to balance out your inner masculine and feminine. Continue to seek a connection, very much in that hermit energy, you know, in the dark, beholding and being of the light, and the capacity to spread this beautiful, joyous energy, right? To be light as a feather, to be a good human, you know what I mean? The same way I always describe just interacting with people, saying hello, keeping it light, keeping it cute, you know what I mean? Like, not flirtatious, just cute. Remember, we're people, and we're all here having this human experience as spirits. And so Hey, this is the era of connecting with your soul tribe, of being happy and gleeful. Confirmation. So let's do that. Okay? Let's do that. Because I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. Um I don't like what I just saw because I it's not always going to be gumdrops and stuff this year, but there is some sad news coming to someone. It could be March 3rd, 3-3. I don't know if that's somebody's birthday, but I just saw the Three of Swords, Three of Wands. Um, yeah, this person could be having some troubling news come their way. I don't know if this person had received a large sum of money, but I am seeing currently that they are depleted. And they could have lost all this money by tripping on you, collective. Trying to do some weird stuff, cyberbullying, talking, just weird stuff. Bankrupt. I saw bankrupt. Let's see. This could be someone in the public eye, but I feel like this is very much the collective. Idolized, loved, respected, admired, right? Got some fans out there. I pray there are no stands out there. There's always a stand or two. All right. Yeah, but that made me, okay, going back to what I was, could be the other side. Like, yours is genuine, somebody else is fake with it, right? Like, this is how they ass went bankrupt. Look, brokenness. Look, talking ish, fishing for comments. I feel like this is how somebody got in trouble. I know this has been very popular in the media as of late. The troll farms coming out, which I had mentioned years back at this point. Um, People buying bots and different things, increasing their numbers in the algorithms and such. Yeah, idle, fake flexing, talking shit, and fishing for comments, right? And that way, if you can create a buzz around something or another, get people posting and things like that, that's a quick way of losing all your money. Building something organically is always the best, folks. Right. This person is now realizing in hindsight that that was not the right move. Like our role, like they were trying to make money, and I do understand that business practice. You have to spend money to make money for sure, but in the early days of the internet, there were a lot of free methods in which to get you out there, very organic methods before big businesses who run those apps and websites was like, oh sure, we can get you higher on the search results. So sure, we can get your content high. Of course, yeah, for a nominal fee, for a nominal fee. So this is where we are. It was a complete waste of time. Look, lonely, waste of time, cyberbully, happiness hater, and impersonator. So this is someone who spent a lot of money trying to copy and or duplicate what it is, and there's proof about that, by the way. Right. Again, I feel like there's really bad news coming out about one of these people in the energy that I'm tapping into. Right. This person, whatever. How do I say this? You have built things organically. Okay. There's a get off my fucking throat chakra. There is a completely different approach. Right. Someone is not doing it for clout. They're not doing it for fame. They're doing it because it is what they are called to do. And another person has done this because they wanted attention. And more importantly, they wanted to pull attention away from you. Right. Right. Oh, yeah. See, look, in their heads, you're Queen Rising, and this person wanted to hold you back, wanted to block your path. But I do feel like, cosmically speaking, things have gotten out of hand with this person. And so the divine, who this person has turned their back on and their own destiny, right, is going to teach them a lesson. Because this person turned their back on the divine and what their own destiny was, right, trying to come for you. And now it could be ill. That's why I said someone is going to be getting some very bad news. Yeah. Um, this person's person has bought them back a disease. No, seriously, there's boss daddy, there's love triangle, there's the card case, okay? Not only is this person financially destitute and spiritually destitute, but now they are ill. This person's person was not stupid or unaware that they were only with them for their money. He thought they were ignoring, but I feel like this person was ignoring everything that they were doing as long as this kept coming in. This is, it's really bad because I feel like this is going to come out in the media in some way. I don't know. This could involve a ball player. It's given Rojo or one of those type of shows. I don't know what's on television anymore, but it could land this person in jail because of this and this. And I do feel like the worst nightmare energy is simply because this person's ego, right? And how crazy they allowed their ego to take, like, the places and the things they did because they were moving and acting from a place of ego, trying to take another person down, and it just kind of spiraled. It's crazy. You have a hater. I feel 4 energies, but more so 3. Collective, minding their business. The person who has been imitating the collective, trying to make it hard for them. That person's, I'm going to say spouse, and their spouse's lover. Okay, those are the 4 energies I'm feeling here. Yes, look. Now, if they just minded their business, right, and started worried about what was going on in their own home, they might have caught this before shit went crazy. And this person who's been imitating you has only been doing it simply because your shine irritates their demons. You yourself would be floored to find out who this person is, who's just so bothered by the things you say and the way you move and your content and all of this shit. Yeah. And instead of it, it's just accepting the fact that they needed to work on themselves, right? And that you're okay and that you should have never been targeted. Now this person is losing everything they have built in whatever capacity. They feel like a shell of themselves because this hate that they feel in their heart, because they're so triggered by you and your naturalness, your authenticity, has really, really gotten just life feels over for this person. Crying over you, wolf in sheep's clothing. Look, I'm telling you, it was trying to get you blocked. They truly was trying to get you taken down. They had people looking all up into you, was slowing down your content, thinking you was stupid, that you didn't know what the hell was going on, but you did. This person kept reporting as like inappropriate content, just weird shit. Look, saying you was doing it for the money, we ain't got nothing to do with the money. Meanwhile, this person's obsessed with you and should have been obsessed with a person And they wouldn't be on the receiving end of this badass karma. Yeah, they wanted people to reject you, right? And you didn't care. You was like, I'm winning. Yeah, this person's got some issues. This is part of the exposure. So for all of you who've been dealing with different forms of gang stalking and shit, oh baby, it's about the shit is hitting the fan. But it has nothing to do with you. This is the wheels of the bus go round and round. You know, the karmic wheels on the bus. Yeah. So, but why y'all gonna play that song? I really like that song. But in this context, they were playing Soldier of Love, right? Again, that wounded warrior shit. If anybody got any unhealed child wounds, inner wound, you better look where your Chiron is. Like, for real. Like, you really... And it's so funny that it really does coincide with the energy of the snake. Because snakes can grow and expand as much as they have food for the most part. You know what I mean? Especially like constrictors. When the venomous ones usually have a max. Yeah, this person is finally realizing that they were really out of line. They was just tripping on you. Whoever this cyber bully is, this shit all the way played out. The energy is shifted. And so number 8 to me has a very obsessive energy because it never ceases. It's infinite. Unlike 9, that shit go whoop, woof, whoop, woof. So there's culmination, there's finality in 9. Yeah. This person is like, wow, I could have learned so much from them. I could have da. It's the shouldas, the couldas, the wouldas. It's the 5 of cups. Okay. Now this person is trying to find a way, like they're looking you up, chasing, like it's weird energy all of a sudden. You're uninterested in whomever this person is. Period, point blank. Screenshots. Like, man. There's proof, right? Dirt digging screenshots. Like, there's absolute proof of what this person's been up to. You don't care. I feel like whoever they are, they're very lonely by nature, or they're very depressed, and they should probably go talk to someone. Yeah. Yeah, they have obsessive tendencies. They can't let shit go. See, legal issues. Wow. See? Whatever this person tried to get you wrapped up in, it was rejected by the courts. Absolutely. Apparently, both in spiritual court and in 3D court, look, same shit, different day, spiritual hater. Like, these people knew immediately that this was just some sourpuss ass bitch, you know, making shit up. That no matter what they looked like on the surface, they were really up to some divisive shit. Yeah, man. You would not believe the things that were going on behind the scenes. That this person was trying to just straight slow down your progress. This person they lied and said you threatened them. You didn't. They lied and said that you came towards them and threatened them. But it's, you know, fake accounts. They were making fake accounts like they're, oh my God, like the split personalities, you know, emailing themselves, having both sides of a conversation to make it seem like you were doing X. Man, people nuts. Yeah, there's evidence of all of this, that this person was lying their asses off. Not to mention, they are now responsible for the legal costs, the court cost. Shut up. And you over here unfazed, ignoring all the antics of the cyber bully, and they are now sitting in jail in the worst space that could be. Look, about hungry idol. You, like I said, you would not believe who this person is. You would not believe it. You think because somebody got money, you think of somebody in movies. You think of somebody rap. You think of somebody sing that they not fucking human. Oh, they human. They human. People got fucking issues. Because again, I'm talking to people who have done it organically, naturally, authentically. They ain't do no compromising, demoralizing shit. They ain't do none of that. They get up every day and do them. Ooh. So, you know, it's fine. This is it. You do good, you invoke laughter, you praise the goddess and the God, and you spread joy. That is somebody's whole fucking MO on earth. That's it. That is literally it. That is you really there with it, like ha 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 ha. Laughter and joy go together. Good intentions, good actions. Hi mommy, hi daddy. Ha ha. Right. Oh, I was creating your image and likeness. Please tell me how. Like, it's that simple. And somebody else, for everything they had to do, they've done to get to where they are haunted by it. There's never enough money with broke ass showing itself again to make up for how they don't feel anything on the inside. They're dead on the inside. What good is it to gain the world and lose your soul? And so for every soulless motherfucker who walking around this planet who has compromised themselves in such a way that the money ain't enough, the drink ain't enough, the drug ain't enough, the sex ain't enough, it's just not enough. More. Right. Your lack of satisfaction lets me know you have compromised yourself. Okay. So peoples, don't be surprised by who your haters are. It's so much bigger than your cousin or your sister or your mother or your old boss or the HR bitch who fired you. It's so much bigger. Like every time I see Casanat right now, I pray for that young man. Cause yo, they coming for his soul. They coming for that man's soul. I don't know if y'all see it or not, but they keep sending more and more demons and devils around him. But you know what? I keep seeing his faith rise up in that young man. I do. I'm like, oh, okay. He not, they ain't get him yet. But young man, trust and believe that what you have done is organic and everybody else around you has been compromised, both mind, body, and spirit. So remember that and protect your seed. I know one of you. Oh, I know. I know. Good. You haunted by how you've compromised yourselves. It's okay. I know this. I can see it, how broken you are, how angry you are, the lack of joy in your eyes. The way you want people to jump through hoops because you had to jump through hoops. The way you want people to buy you because you had to buy somebody. Are you serious? Oh, you poor sweet baby. Yeah, I know. I see it. Yeah. Uninterested. That's right. Not the kid. Yeah. An offer. Exactly. I would have. Because you want to play somebody else's game. I only play my daddy's game. Exactly. Because what do you got to do to move up? Isn't that funny? Somebody's like, nah, I'm okay. Somebody got rejected on how to elevate. Well, if you do this, if you come over here, if you sit at this table, if you drink this, if you do this, somebody was like, nah, I'm okay, love. I'm good. And in that moment, right? In that moment, a war began. Do you know that? In that moment, a war began, unbeknownst to you, because you made someone feel less than because you didn't want what they were selling. You was like, I've been to the circus already. Thank you. And they began to trip on you because you ran away from what it is they were selling. And look, and all it did was make them more curious about you. And they wanted you to do what they wanted you to do even more. They had convinced themselves in their egotistical ass mind that they would be able to get it done. You're going to accept because, again, you made them feel bad because you were like, nah, I'm really okay over here. I don't compromise myself. I'm going to do me. Right? And they wanted you to regret you rejecting whatever this offer is. They wanted you to feel like you couldn't go anywhere, that you couldn't do anything, that you couldn't elevate yourself. They wanted you to feel like, oh, but why? Oh my gosh, I'm doing it and I'm not, and that didn't work. Look, see? Third party, multiple lovers, choices, right? Unfazed. Isn't that funny? Look, boss bitch, dirty offer, player. This is the explanation for the love triangle. They sent somebody towards you guys. They sure did. Moving love affair. Look, fishing for comments. This person they sent in studied you, and he was like, get away from me. I even feel like you sensed it. I don't know if you were making shit up to whomever this person was. Yeah. Oh. They could have sent a convict towards you, incarcerated, rejected, photo proof, looking you up, impersonator. Exactly. Boss daddy, bad karma. Wow. That's so funny. I feel like yeah. I'll tell you, look, threatening. I don't know if you own a weapon, but somebody could have even tried to say, look, that you threatened them. Like, seriously threatened them. Like, real pew-pews. You know what I mean? But whoever they sent in was supposed to really put the squeeze on you. As I say that. Get over here. Wow. I want to know. Hold on. I really want to know what sign, who this person is, because I don't feel like they were a lover. I feel like this is somebody who wanted to collaborate. And you were like, no. And we named some different industries. I feel like, anyway. Let's see, we got light skin, we got beauty mark, and a man. Muscular. Okay. Oh, and which is on the bottom of the deck. Average height woman, braids, exaggerated features, vibrant apparel. Interesting. I feel like, I don't know if freckles is in this, but this is giving me like freckles with markings and beauty mark. Mm. Okay. Tell me about this person. This is the one they sent towards you, or the one you left behind, but I feel like this is the one they sent towards you. Yeah, look, this is the one they sent towards you that was supposed to bring you to end. That was supposed to mess your life up, change it for the, for whatever. Hold on. I don't think that's sleep. Gemini? Oh no, that's Aquarius and Mercury. Six of Swords, Aquarius and Mercury. Interesting. So that makes me feel like this person was selected by a group of people who they thought would be able to do this. He spent a pretty penny. This person was sent by your family. I got a bunch of Cancerian energy real quick. Uh, that's funny. This person never even got near you from what I'm getting. Because the Four of Cups just came out in the block position. So this person was supposed to come in and block your Ace of Cups by putting you in some sort of stalemate. Because Four of Cups, apathy, boredom, discontent. I don't want to be here. Or whatever this person's antics were supposed to drive you into a very depressive space to where you were going to be like, oh, I don't want to be in a... No, we're not doing that either. I feel like the universe was very, very patient with this person. Seven of Pentacles, Justice. Yeah. They are getting theirs. Judgment. Wow. Yeah. So, let me see. It says they were sent towards you to alter... You still sitting on top of the Will Collective. I know that's right. I know that's right. This could have been the, you know what I mean, the hit. I don't really like that energy because death isn't necessarily a terrible thing. But in this sort of circumstance, that's what it feels like. This person was coming towards you to make you feel like he was the frog who was turned into the prince. Because I'm looking at the little frog there. That this person was going to change your life for the better, and this is your happily ever after. As I cut the deck to the Ace of Cups, yo, this person was truly. But when I say divine intervention, divine intervention. Yeah. I'm definitely getting someone in the public eye. Six of Wands to the Star card. Three of Cups. Are you serious? Oh, this person could currently be sitting in jail. Eight of Swords. Under lock and key. Nine of Wands. Judgment. Yeah. I bet you this man ain't all muscular no more. Yeah, this person is incarcerated right now, trying to plead their case. Three of Swords. Yeah, this person, they were trying to come in to hurt you, and they got stopped. I do feel like you rejected this person on your own accord. You blocked this person on your own accord for some of you. You saw the intentions, Three of Swords. Right, look, Devil. You saw that this person was collaborating with dark forces. You saw this person as a karmic lesson, as part of your divine plan, as a divine scheme, something that you had to overcome. 33 energy. Maybe you encountered this person during your 33rd year. I don't know, your Christ year. And so during, you know, could have been trying to sacrifice you during that period, but whatever. Boom. Yeah. Yo, people know. Look at that shit. They be knowing. Nine of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, High Priestess, really? Ten of Cups, really? Fool. Hermit. I will say, I get a sinking suspicion that that's not all from the opposition. People got different sides to themselves. Really? All right, what else you want to tell us about this man? It's definitely somebody very recognizable. Six of Wands. They get a lot of attention. Ten of Pentacles. This person is very well off. Period, point blank. They are very well off. I'm telling you, this is someone who's on your TV, potentially on your radio at times. Yeah. Look, Wheel of Fortune. Look, this person is well off, right? But they stingy as fuck. I don't know if you know who that is, but yeah, that's who that would be. And they are currently going through a very public tower. Please don't assume, because I'm not assuming. As much as I want to draw that connection, it doesn't feel like the same energy whatsoever that I was picking up on in previous readings. So I don't think it's the guy that we're all thinking. This could be the other guy in this year of 9 Sag energy. So last year was the Scorpio, right? And they came for the Scorpio. Yeah, that's the one that don't. But there's a new one in the crosshairs of the cosmos, so to speak, and they happen to be a Sag. But it's so funny that we were talking about the energy of 6 for 9 and 9 were 6. So 6 is Virgo, 9 is Sag, right? Okay, and there is a Sag Virgo power couple that is coming front and center. There are no coincidences, okay? No coincidences. So please follow along and see how nobody is immune to universal law. Yeah, all forms of stolen abundance is being returned by karmic law, by universal law. And I mean that all stolen, 7 of Swords, abundance, 10 of Cups, will be restored, okay? And so don't be surprised by these divinely inspired actions and how the tables turn, even in people's relationships, okay? Because look, it could even be a friend of the Sag. You know, this new energy we picking up on is the one tipping around tarot land trying to spy. You know, the one who called out fake physics, but I think they meant psychic. I think it's funny. I really do. If you're going to insult a group of people, and I think you should do it with a spell check on. Or don't use words that you don't normally use, like psychic. Just saying. Daddy Warbucks, King of Pentacles. See? A lot of money in the public eye. I think it's the Jigger Man. That's what's up. But if you go back and watch the other readings I've done through the years, you will see I have I call it musical Tourette's. Actually Divine Radio is my preferred one. But same time, lots of clairaudient people have this issue where music just blurts out. That whole region has been coming out for years, musically speaking. Their antics, even that ghetto ass wedding I picked up on years and years ago, and I was, man. So trust and believe, every one of my readings, for the most part, from the very first one I have posted, when I first started doing, it is the most interesting shit in the world at this point, because it all ties into these wicked ass people. Sure enough. So, you know, the lights being shined on them. Ooh. Who's the next? I don't know who the Cancer is in the industry, but there will be. Yeah, they work together. They're affiliated. They're a partnership. Yeah, that's. Yeah. Oh, that's her. That's so funny. Average height woman. Look. Remember, she got that. I think her features. Anyway. Oh, there is a freckles card, but I was kidding. Oh, that's so funny. Anyway, this person normally wears braids, but they're not currently because it came out upside down. Anyway, you got a very witchy couple. Yeah, but he's I'm absolutely seeing he is a witch. Absolutely seeing he is a witch. Oh, and they like powerful witch. He is a powerful witch. Ugh. I saw unhealthy habits. That's interesting. I'm seeing a connection between them and another witch in Australia. That is so interesting. Yeah, and the one in Australia has a gap in it too. Like a God-given gap. Oh, that's so interesting. Okay. Huh. Okay, give me a second. I gotta just kind of. You ever just look at your pets and they just so comfortable, so sprawled out, and it's just like, I'm glad I could create such a lovely environment for your comfort. Like, yo, oh, too funny. All right, let me see. I really would like guidance to close us up for these energies and these different sort of wavelengths and these sort of reactions that are coming in, because again, coming out of the coming out of the frequency, the energy of 8 from this repetitive loop and this momentum and this pent up, because that's what it also feels, very pent up, to now that we're in the release of it all. Where should we be in terms of activations and energies? Coherence. Wow. The frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of the mind for optimum ability to create the reality that we desire. If that is not full circle confirmation from where we started this reading to the close of this reading, right? And not to miss that coherence is the number 13, right? Symbolizing death, right? Regeneration, but endings and new beginnings. And so, oh, I don't even need to elaborate any further, right? And then look, number 9 is on the bottom, allowance. It says the frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way, without judgment, without opinion, without fear, without resistance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. That is perfect unison, perfect harmony for this message, for these energies, for what has been happening. And we're 3 days in, and for how things will continue to go, right? Again, a lot of macro energy. Our job is to focus on that micro, because our micro, when it's focused on the highest and greatest good, will align. Again, we are in the jump space. We are preparing for this leap. Got to allow things to happen, okay? See the bigger picture. And there's that energy, regret. I know that I cannot change the past. We can avoid so much if we just accept that. But we can do more in the present to impact our future. Ah, freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for getting me to the message. You know what I mean? Like, I have very rapid thoughts sometimes, guys, and trying to slow it down to get the words out, more challenging than it should be, because everything's trying to be heard at the same time, and that's just not feasible. So thank you for bearing with me. Yeah, it is what it is. But this is, I love this. I love this because in closing, just in terms of people and energy and how we all vibrate, I like to remind myself that for every sign, there are 5 iterations. There's the cusp energy on either spectrum, and then there's the energy of that sign 1, 2, 3. And so, depending, and so I don't want to like group everything together, but I have had some very unique experiences. And there can be a lot of victimization and martyrdom in the wounded warrior energy, okay? But there's nothing that we can do about the things of the past besides accept them. And if it's really that egregious, make sure that we do not keep making those same mistakes. That's all. That's the only choices in those matters. Bygones, and let's create a memorandum. Let's create a national holiday, an international day of remembrance. And so those are the ways in which we can impact globally to shift things and make sure atrocities just don't happen again, right? Okay. Otherwise, bygones. But it's a very beautiful, free energy. It's light. And I feel like the biggest regret in all of this is not utilizing this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. And I mean that. Like, I cannot stress it enough. Like, just skippity doo dah, skippity. Like, it's that level of glee. It is awesome. Awesome sauce. Like, and we got a year of this shit. This is going to be great. Please use it. Please don't let anybody steal your sunshine. Please. Like, this is amazing. Just fucking high on life for no reason. Just. Oh, I love it. And on the bottom is relationships. I am attracted to those people who serve my highest good, and vice versa, right? Um, exactly. Oh, there really are good lessons in here. Failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. That's true. But that's what reflection's for. It's like, okay, that didn't work, that didn't work, that didn't work. Right. You know, they like to use that adage that, you know, Edison tried 10,000 times before he found what did work. He wasn't the only one, he's just the one with the patent, okay? So let us recognize all those who have advanced us throughout human history, okay? I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Exactly. So I'm telling you, focus on your micro and watch this beautiful macro thing just blossom and bloom and expand in such a way. Look, there's that community. There is that sense of togetherness. There's that we did it together. Worrying don't help. Oh, God, yes. Yes, yes, yes. It's so neat. Oh. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it here. I love you guys. I really do. Oh, it's great. Freaking great. I hope you have a great day. We'll do this again really soon. Bye. Oh.